Rape in marriage has been criminalized in Ghana. Initially, a woman had no legal protection for the crime of rape perpetrated against her by her husband. Now, as per Ghana's Domestic Violence Act, a woman should always have the right to say no to sex, regardless of whether she has previously had any consensual sex with the man or not. Forced intercourse within marriage or in any relationship is still rape. Imagine not being in the mood for sex, but your spouse forcefully having his way because he is in the mood. The pain, the bruise, the bodily aches and distress afterwards. This is a silent ordeal many Ghanaian women face in their married life. They are raped by their husbands even when they say no to sex. Due to the stigma attached to rape in society, a lot of these women feel shy to even open up and talk about the subject, let alone how their spouse treats them in bed. Abna Mansa, whose original name has been withheld, tells us her experiences.
I want to die, but then I'm in prayer. No, for so say, as so no, there no. When young Kenya no, for so for say on them be.
Now, only we and a son of failure.
And I'm afraid, Papa, because if it's a man, my genius, Tiana made me feel it 7 million bears.
I out or yow.
And so, me feelings, I say, Bia, many feelings, Bia, Etiana, Bestie or Yakakra.
Some women say they are afraid to report the violence because they rely financially on their husbands for their upkeep and that of their children. For others, it is simply the fear of humiliation and rejection by society. She is but just one of the numerous Ghanaian women silently suffering. Raymond Bagnabu, a legal practitioner, says such cases rarely make it to court.
Till 2007, under our criminal laws, there was a section 42G, which provided that in terms of marriage, so far as there was a marriage, then let's say the female or the woman was deemed to have consented to the infliction of harm on her, whether sex or otherwise. So in that situation, till 2007, indeed the law was clear. There could be nothing like marital rape within the criminal laws of Ghana. But then, even with the revision by the Statute Revision Committee of that particular provision, there still appears to be a situation where it may appear that till a woman expressly, during the course of marriage, withdraws her consent to sex, then it appears that one could still argue that there can still be nothing like marital rape within the laws of Ghana. But then, if you look at the Domestic Violence Act, which is Act 732, there it talks about sexual abuse. But then you see that provision does not create the offense of marital rape. It creates an offense of domestic violence. We understand through our social setting that marriage involves sex. And so because of that, it's actually difficult, because of our cultural and other settings, for us to have instances of people going, especially females going to court or going to the police station to lodge complaints.
It was very difficult getting a woman who has been a victim of marital rape to share her experience with me. Out of about 20 women I spoke with off camera, 16 had been and continue to be abused through sex in marriage. This is an indication of how widespread the situation may be. The issue of marital rape is an aspect of domestic violence that is hardly considered in the Ghanaian society. It is one of the underreported violent crimes because often it is socially tolerated. There is the need for a social change towards rape, and the country's lawmaking bodies need to intensify regulations to curb such acts. Beatrice Baiden, ETV News, Accra.